everyone. Welcome back to Design in the Dark. We're friend with our here. We're here with our friend, Happy Impulse. Hello, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I am doing well. I am vibing, which is what we will do today. I just turned on our vibe playlist. This is the earliest I've ever remembered to do that. So we got some
Yes.
vibes going for everybody in chat. Chat, let me know where you're watching from in the world. If we have anybody from, let's see, if anyone is watching from anywhere near Egypt, the closest to Egypt is going to get a prize for me. Let me know where you're watching from in chat. And if you're close to Egypt, I'll give you a prize. All right. Let's
Andrew.
let's intro you. Who are you? Who's this person floating next to me as if you are a news story that I'm talking about?
Hey everyone, Happy Impulse here. I have a little bit of anarchy with all of my illustrations. I like to kick up dirt, have a little bit fun, have a little fun doing it, and I'm usually up to no good.
That's great that you have fun making fun. That's my favorite like summation
Yes.
of how your work works, and I 100% agree. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of what this show is. If you're just joining us, this is Design in the Dark, the show where we have literally no idea what's going to happen in the next, I don't know, 3 minutes. It's always a question mark. Today we have a brief that you chat are going to fill out. This is absolutely essential for you to be here, for you to be engaging, and for you to be giving us suggestions. So I'm going to go over our brief for today, and then we're going to recap a little bit about what we did yesterday. So here's our brief for today that chat I will need you to fill in, that I will need you to give us information. All right, here's our brief. With the success of the cool a la popsicle line, which we worked on yesterday, Joe, who was our mayor, has decided to lead the town to make a new kind of treat. It's a product called Name. This kind of treat will be infused with fruit. I guess we could do another food there. It doesn't have to be a fruit. But this
True.
kind of treat is much more than just a snack. The packaging is unique because blank. You guys can fill in whatever you want there. Take one or two to share it with a blank, and that's a noun at the end there. So, Happy Impulse. Can I call you Happy? Like, is that how we should do this?
I think that we should,
Are
because
we on a
I'm
first name basis?
I'm pretty awesome. So
Let's
let's
do
go
it.
for it.
All right, Happy. Let's go. So let's go ahead and take a look at your screen for those just joining us. You can see our guest screen right here, as well as my screen above me. So we'll be flipping back and forth between all those. Just want you to get your bearings. So let's talk a little bit about what we did yesterday. Happy, take us through it and go for it.
Okay, so we created this wonderful pop of a koala, Fail. And this pop is the major icon at Koala. It now has pop rocks. We have watermelon. We have a lot going on. Now, please, let's bring up some crazy for our next pop.
Yes. I also love, so just as observations, yesterday we started working and we started like filling stuff in. Actually, hold on. Give me just a second and I'm going to plug in so you all can see what the prompt was yesterday. Let me move this so that we can kind of recap that real quick. Let me export a file. See, this is the magic of this show is we do it live. We do it live for you. There's no faking it here. But what I was gonna say, what I love that we did yesterday is somebody was like, "Oh, it needs to have pop rocks," and so we literally were just like, "Now with pop rocks."
I mean, pop rocks are pretty fantastic.
It's
I
true.
encourage everything to have pop rocks. Well,
Yes,
wait,
I
there
agree.
could be two or three things that, like guacamole, you couldn't do
Oh, we did
guacamole with
talk
pop
about that, yeah.
rocks.
So
We
here
did.
is what we created yesterday. I'll go ahead and read this to everyone in chat. This week, to the surprise of many, the town was overrun by koala popsicles. Many local residents were surprised and confused, although it only affected the 60 plus community for some reason. It's something that will affect the community as a whole as well. Joe is leading the charge to reinvent these popsicles through a new plan they're calling Cool Allah. Because of its controversial use of pop rocks, this plan is sure to send shockwaves through the cola community. There's a little tension there between the Kula and the cola communities. But today we are embarking on a new mission and we are going to be taking on a new brief. And last night, I believe you did some button up work to this, correct?
I did. Say we have a new. This is how the pop looks now.
There we go. Can you walk us through a little bit of what wasn't working for you, what you've augmented, and kind of the changes that you've made, just for context for us?
So some of the things that were here was definitely the eyes and then the color of the nose. I wanted to have more of that koala feel. Um, However, I did play, as you know, with a very, very fail one over here.
I love him.
Just for kicks. Just for kicks, because you can't have a fail without the eye
It's true.
slightly decaying.
Chad, you get to pick which one do we want to put onto our packaging. Do we want 1, which will be the normal Koolala, or 2, which is the melty version of that? Let us know which one you want, 1 or 2, to go onto our packaging. We're going to do some packaging today and then move into doing our second product. We're just going to kind of vibe today. This show really happens, again, in the dark. We go as you instruct us. You are the kings of this show, chat. Yes, he looks like he has a runny nose. I love that. Love the addition to the handle. What do we add to the handle?
Happy Impulse, of course. But
Of course.
I can switch it over to koala.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's put the Koolala on there.
All right.
Oh, nice observation. So Juratima says that although, right, we like both options, that number 1 seems like it's more friendly for the 60 plus community. And I totally agree with that. Great job reading the brief and understanding what our goal is. I think that makes a lot more sense.
However, number 2 can be nightmare infused.
That's true. That's true. The beady eye shift bank robbing Koolala. Oh,
Look,
yes.
when I'm an old lady, this is the koala I'm going for.
That's true. When you're just like, I don't care, make it a popsicle. Like, that's the one that you're just like, I'll take that one.
Right, because as you can see, folks, here I'm definitely using Illustrator to hide some of my lines. But hey, I can get away with it, and I'm going to go definitely with this crazy monkey here when I'm an old lady.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's get the stream started off, and if we want to, I know that you built out a package as well. Let's have you maybe just start on putting that guy on the package, see if we can wrap that up pretty quick, and then move into what our brief is for today. And while you do that, I'm going to leave your screen up, but I'm also going to ask chat for our first decision in Design in the Dark. Chat, I'm going to read you our first sentence, and you are going to give me a kind of treat. So, with the success of the Koolala Popsicle line, Joe has decided to lead the town to make a new kind of treat called Name. So chat, let me know, what kind of treat are we going to be creating today, and what is the name of that treat? Let us know. Your perspectives are so crazy how quickly you get perspective. That's always the number one hardest thing for me when I'm trying to do anything. I always do it flat. Has that just been something that you've figured out over the years that you're just like, cool, I can do perspective well now? Or is it still your brain is fried every time you have to do it?
I think sometimes what'll happen is I was working on an illustration a few weeks back, and my perspective was complete garbage because I didn't realize when you have a circle and it's in perspective, you have to add another circle in there so you can kind of feel that it's three-dimensional instead of a flat piece of paper circle.
Yep. Oh, that's true, because it goes from being a paper into oh, it's actually a sphere 3-dimensional. And usually you just see the 2D, but when you pull it into 3-dimension, you're like, oh no, what do I do with the other dimensions? How do I make more dimensions?
I feel like I'm a little sloppy with this perspective, but that's okay.
It feels right. As long as that's the secret that we've learned about design, especially on this show. As long as it feels right, you're like, yeah, this is what it should be. This is how it works.
All right, what are we gonna stick to koala? Because if so, I'm gonna grab.
Yes. So for this, yes. And then there are still some suggestions coming in from chat. It looks like a couple people have done some suggestions, and I'll let you pick between these two suggestions from chat. We can either do bubblegum or we can do a candy bar. So those are the two options that have come through. I like that we're thinking about sweet treats, but which would you like to do, Happy?
So, dang, that's too hard because I love me some sweet treats.
Right.
I have a horrible sweet tooth. I was even eating some candy before the stream started.
Yes.
Um, let's go. Wait, so bubblegum. I'm gonna go bubblegum. Why not?
All right, bubblegum juice box is another. That's a great example. Johnny
It could be
Niddle
a
says,
bubblegum juice
"Um,
box.
oh, that's fun. Let's do that. Let's definitely do that. That it's maybe a juice box that like is bubblegum flavored. I think
It
that
could.
would. Do we want to do that?
Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it. So make a new bubblegum juice box. And chat, what are we going to call this bubblegum juice box? What is the name that we are going to assign to our bubblegum juice box? Once we get this Kulala packaging done, we're going to move on and start making this bubblegum juice box. What do we call it? What is the name that we will assign to it? Also, a lot of you have just joined. Again, that happens in the middle of the show somehow every single time. So welcome to the stream. This is Design in the Dark. We have our friend Happy Impulse here today. And what we're doing is we're designing literally with your suggestions. We have a brief from today, and you are filling in all of the gaps. As you fill them in, we start applying that to our designs, and you get to see us live take your decisions and make them a reality. All right, some great suggestions here. Bubble box is a great one. Pink fluff is another suggestion. And there's a question from you for you from Giratima. Any tips from about nailing perspective?
Yes, actually. And we can actually show you when we're doing the juice box.
Sweet. Oh, that's right. We're gonna probably end up doing the juice box at perspective as well. And again, just because I try to help as much as I can, we have about 40 minutes. So in your brain, I always just like want to right off the bat be like, here's the time as it comes, because I forget. And then I'm like, you have 3 minutes left. So 40 minutes. We got enough time to do a bunch of stuff.
All right. Let's see how I would really. I'm trying to figure out how I would really lay this out. I'm like, I'm just putting stuff on there.
Right.
All right. I'm going to add me some stickers.
Yes. So we talked about this yesterday. You kind of have a scrapbook of pieces that you want to use that you know are kind of signatures to you. Do you want to talk a little bit about that approach to design in the show?
So the reason why I have these collections of stickers is because even if I'm not having my logo on every piece, even though I try to, or my icon, it's a way that I can feel like my style is still present with like some subtle marks that are consistent throughout.
So some piece of you put into each piece that you create, right?
Right.
Is that something that like is stressful or like hard to like put stuff out and be like, oh man, I feel like there's a piece of me in this? If people are like, oh, I don't like it or whatever, do you feel like it's like, oh no, it's like an attack on me? Or is it like, oh no, I've gotten over that and it's just my work?
No, so that's actually the thing. If I put out a piece and I wasn't ready to put it out, what often happens is I'm like, oh, it was garbage, even if people are like, no, this is the best thing ever. And then sometimes I put a piece out that everyone's like, oh, this is so trash. And I'm like, you know what? I really love this piece. I might get 2 likes on it, but I'm happy with it at the end of the day.
Yep. It's funny how much like one opinion either of ourselves or like one other person can just like literally destroy something that it's like, oh cool, like a million people have been like, this is amazing, and then some like random guy like walks up and is like, meh, and you're like,
oh no, it looks like my sticker at some point yesterday.
oh no.
Oh well, I'll fix it.
All right, so recap, here's where we are. With the success of the Cool Alla Popsicle line, Joe has decided to lead the town to make a new bubblegum juice box product called the Bubble Buddy. The Bubble Buddy is the word, is the name of our juice box. I love that, and I love saying it, so we're going to keep saying it a whole bunch of times on this stream.
I encourage that.
The Bubble Buddy. It definitely, I should do that as my warm-up to this show, because I literally just talk for an hour. Just sit here and bubble buddy, bubble buddy, bubble buddy. Oh man, that's a tough one.
You know what I should have done, and I made a mistake, is, should I go back? Nah, it's fine. What I should have done with this is I should have created the whole front of the box first and then worked it.
Oh, smart. So you don't have to do everything at perspective.
Right, because right now I'm taking longer than I should have. So
Yep.
let me actually switch it real quick,
Sweet.
if
Yeah,
that's
we
okay with
probably
you.
should do another like 5-ish minutes on this one and then move on to the Bubble Buddy.
All right, let's see if I can get this done pretty quickly
Right?
by actually doing it correctly. I know. Such a.
Oh, the Bubble Buddy from SpongeBob. Did you ever watch SpongeBob?
I did. SpongeBob is a genius.
Yes, I forgot about SpongeBob's Bubble Buddy. Remember he like has what happened? And like he pops
That
it, I feel
color
like at
was
the end.
gray. That color, that rainbow, I was like, oh,
Yes.
gosh, those animators.
Yes, Bubble Buddy Buggy Bumpers. Nice, Sam. Yes, that is definitely a great tongue twister.
All right, now that I'm following the rules a little bit, it might actually go really quickly.
Yep. So basically, chat, if you're watching, you're like, wait, what's happening? We made the observation that instead of trying to match the perspective of each individual thing, we realized that everything on the front is going to be at the same perspective. So we're building the front flat and then changing the perspective on the whole front so that it all just lines up and we don't have to worry about that. Wasn't Patrick the genius? Patrick is a genius. If you guys haven't watched it, the SpongeBob musical is on Amazon Prime, I believe, and it's so much fun. I was watching the other night as I was eating pizza, and I was just like scrolling through, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks fun!" And I got about halfway through, and I was like, "This is so much fun."
You like some of the coolest stuff. Like I need to be taking notes.
I like eclectic things, I think. I like, and this is something like as a creative, I love to be inspired by like everything, and I try to seek out stuff that isn't just design. Like I like going to gardens and aquariums, and I'm like, cool, how do fish work? And then that will inspire me for some project or something down the road. But I love just exploring stuff that I'm like, I might hate this and think it's stupid, and then end up loving it.
I do that a lot. Like, let me see if I can find something off the top of my head. Nope, I failed. Wait, no, wasn't there this cartoon that was like about Charlie the unicorn?
Oh yeah, Charlie. Yeah, that was like a big YouTube thing for like a long time.
And I still loved it.
Yes, Charlie the Unicorn. I remember that. Chat, do you remember Charlie the Unicorn? That was like the time of like the Angry Orange as well was like big during that time. What other YouTube things? Like there was an era of YouTube that was just the dumbest stuff that was so fun to watch.
Like Charlie Bit My Finger was definitely a
Yes.
classic. And Britney Impersonator was great.
Yep. Oh yeah. We were talking about this before, and I think it could just be someone in chat just says Charlie. Yes.
I love whoever that was.
Yes.
Just you get me.
What are the things that have like gotten you through quarantine? I know we talked a little bit about TikTok before. Do you just like binge TikToks, or like what do you do to pass the time while you're sitting there?
So I'm probably not a good example. So what I've been doing recently is I've definitely been binging Netflix and Illustrating at the same time.
Nice.
It's so bad for me.
Yeah, I definitely when I work on stuff, I have 3 screens. So I don't think maybe I've done a like studio tour somewhere. There's somewhere on YouTube that you can find a studio tour. It's literally my bedroom, but I say studio. But I have one screen in front of me, and then one screen off to the side, and then one screen up top. And a lot of times when I'm working, I'll be working on the main screen, and the San Diego Zoo has live streams of all of their animal enclosures. Yes. And so I'll literally put like the penguins on the screen above me. And so I'm just working and watching the penguins like swimming around and playing. And I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
I encourage that like every single day. Like just so I switched the color because of that watermelon color
Yes.
originally. So I was like, all right, well, why don't we try to bring some of that back?
I love that. Let's plug that in and then jump over to the Bubble Buddy. Um, just so we have time. We have about a half hour-ish, which I think should be enough time.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And yes, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Giotima, that was one of my favorites for sure.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, that was a very inspirational, I think, stylistically and like the way that I thought creatively as well, because it just told stories in such a different way.
Let's see. Watermelon.
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 I also feel like the era
Pop Rocks.
of Charlie the Unicorn, that was I guess it was a little before Vine, because we talked about TikTok. And were you like, do you remember Vine when that was a thing?
Yes, and I feel like TikTok is like the child of Vine.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's so many things that I still quote from Vines that like people just have no idea. There's one where this guy like looks at a sign, and it's like at a Del Taco, and it's supposed to say fresh avocado, but it's like kerned weird, and he just looks at it and he goes, free shavacado. And that's one that I quote all the time that people are like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know. There was a moment in history where that was relevant, but no longer.
Just say it's still relevant. It's fine.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh yes, Kids Next Door. All right, chat. This is where we're going. Chat, what was your favorite cartoon growing up? And we're just gonna talk about those because that's what I want to do on the stream today.
This is my favorite.
Here's the thing about Design in the Dark. We never know what we're doing, and so it is completely off the cuff. We're going to move on to that other prompt that you guys have. But for now, I want to know what cartoons you grew up, and we'll talk about that, and then we'll go back and actually start working on things like we should be doing on the show. But
well,
it really is.
I do want to say I have a love for one thing, but it's not a cartoon, but I always watched it right after I watched cartoons. I hope I'm not frozen.
Oh no, you're not frozen. Sorry.
Yes. And that's the Golden Girls. Just want to throw that out there.
Yes. Golden Girls was great. My mom loved watching Golden Girls growing up, and so I got it by default. Oh, lots of answers coming in. So we have Looney Tunes. Yep. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Love Foster's. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, Blue. I miss Blue.
Right. Hey Arnold, as told by Ginger, and DuckTales.
I love all of these people. Please hit me up.
Yes.
You know what, Andrew? If some of these people hit me up and tell me their favorite character like they've been doing now, and they turns out to be my favorite.
Oh, I love that.
I will send them some stickers.
Yes. So favorite characters from TV shows, from cartoons?
Go for anything.
All right. Any favorite characters? If we have a match, you'll win some prizes. Next, we have Rocket Power. Yep. What do? They used to do like Wiggly Woogly, and they do like this like handshake thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was like a thing that happened. All right, cool. So let's hop over to the juice box once you get that perspective, and then start rolling. And I'll ask some more suggestions from you, chat. We're still going here. Pepperan was a great one. Pepperan, she's too cool for 7th grade.
Brace face.
Yes. The one that got me was I loved Call Me, Beat Me, If You Want to Reach Me, A Little Kim Possible.
So good.
What else was in there, man? I'm trying to think. Oh, does anyone remember? Okay, let's see if you remember this. Do you remember the Wild Thornberries?
Yes.
I love the Wild Thornberries.
Well, I loved it because you could also look at it in the fact where you're like, she could be crazy or it could all be real.
That's the greatest conspiracy theory I've ever heard. That like the entire thing is like some hallucination.
I mean,
I love that.
Drugs.
Yes, Scrooge McDuck, Courage the Cowardly Dog, yes, Ed, Edd and Eddy. That was another great one. Loved Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Should remind chat that I can't see anything that they're saying,
yes,
so
sorry.
they'll literally
so
have to message me.
Yes, Happy is not ignoring you. She can't see chat, so I'm just reading everything too. Johnny Bravo was another one that went into chat. All right, cool. Okay, we need to start and move over to the bubblegum juice box.
There, it's a box.
So there we go. We made a watermelon box from our prompt yesterday. We did it, chat. Today, man, we're so distracted, but we're having fun. That's the key, is that we're having fun, and I kind of don't care. So we're just gonna keep vibing. All right. So some characters that are coming in: Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Scooby Doo, Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Those are the only characters. Any of those your favorites?
They are
All
not.
right, keep going, chat. And chat, just to remind you about what we're moving on to now. This is a show where you get to plug in the suggestions and we create what you want. And so we are doing, with the success of the Coolala Popsicle line, which we just finished, Joe has decided to lead the town and make a new bubblegum juice box. Oh, I did that twice. Bubblegum gum juice box product called the Bubble Buddy. So that's the product that we are working on right now. We're moving over there, and I believe we're starting with the perspective of the box, right?
Yes. Very bad perspective, but hey, we'll
It's
get
there.
there.
We I had talked with one of the other streamers. Her name is Voodoo Val, and it was actually at Canceled Con. She did a great talk about how when you're illustrating, you need to build it like a cheeseburger. That you have kind of the base of the bun, and then you add elements on top of it. And so I love that you're starting with, this is our container, this is the background, this is the thing we're going to be building in. Because if you don't, then it gets real wonky real fast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Samurai Jack is another great one. Giratima, Powerpuff Girls.
Samurai Jack is one of my favorites, so definitely hit me up on Instagram.
All right, Samurai Jack. Who said Samurai Jack? Justin Roy. So Justin Roy, head over to Instagram and send a little DM to our friend Happy Impulse right there. Let us know. Let's see some other ones. Daria. I'm not familiar with Daria at all.
Yes, please also DM me.
All right, Daria DM. Beavis and Butthead is on there. I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was little.
So, see, Beavis and Butthead also is kind of Daria because that's where she originated. So they can also send me a message as well.
I had no idea. Oh, that's interesting. And who said that? Giratima, you already have so many prizes for me. You picked one of my favorites, but I literally just sent you some AirPods. They're in the mail for you, so they should be there soon. Powerpuff Girls is my favorite. Like, it's not even my favorite theme song. It's maybe like one of my favorite songs. Like, I freaking love the Powerpuff Girls theme song. I just think it's so freaking rad.
Yes. I think that might be the only part because I tried to watch Powerpuff Girls, I think recently, and I was like, it's not the same.
Yeah, they changed it. I want Haley Williams, if you're watching, or any member of Paramore, or anyone who knows anyone of Paramore, I want a Paramore cover of the Powerpuff Girls theme song. That's all I've ever wanted in my entire life. That's literally it. Okay, cool. Back to design. What are we thinking for this Bubble Buddy bubblegum juice box? I mean, obviously, we're going to have to go with that pink that you have there.
Yes.
And maybe what other kind of elements do we want to incorporate onto this one?
Let me see. I have to look up what a juice box looks like again. I
Right,
think
right.
I've got.
Right? You're like, I have no idea what a juice box is.
I can't even spell it again. Juice box.
It's a mystery. And for those of you just joining us, here's the thing. I think accounts like tweet us out like as the show goes on. So if you're just joining us, hello, welcome back. We are here with our friend Happy Impulse, right there, and we are fulfilling this creative brief. With the success of the Coolala Popsicle line, Joe has decided to lead the town to make a new bubblegum juice box called the Bubble Buddy. The bubblegum juice box will be infused with what kind of fruit, chat? We are taking your suggestions on this chat. You get to steer the ship of where we're going, so let us know a fruit, any kind of fruit. And you know what? We'll open it up. It can be any kind of thing that we could infuse into this bubblegum juice box. It could be chocolate. It could be like chicken feathers. Whatever you want to be infused into this juice box, let me know what that is, and we will add that in. Oh, nice. Teen Titans, Inuyasha.
Hit me up, Teen Titans
Teen
fan.
Titans, yes. Teen Titans.
This is bad for me. I love so many cartoons. So...
I know. I feel like the Teen Titans, just the little intro, like Teen Titans. Like, I want that as my ringtone because I just think it's so fun.
It's all great.
All right, lots of suggestions coming in. Mango, pineapple, kiwi, coconut, grape, starfruit, pomegranate, cactus juice. We have this thing, I'll come back to some of those suggestions. We have this thing in Southern California called Cactus Cooler. Have you ever had a cactus cooler?
No, but now I want one. Like
Okay.
I want to experience it.
Okay, cool. So Cactus Cooler is like, it's like if you mix Sprite with Mountain Dew, but like also orange soda. Like it is the craziest tasting. I think it's only in Southern California, but it's like a soda that you can just get like at the supermarket, and it's so good. It's called Cactus Cooler. So look it up. Everyone get Cactus Cooler. All right, we're gonna go with let's do why not? Let's just do a coconut. I feel like coconut will be easy. So let's do coconut. We
Lime
need
and
we need easy
coconut.
because again we have 25 minutes left because we've been talking about cartoons, and also we've been working still. We've been working though.
I'm still working-ish.
Yeah, no,
So,
like we've totally been designing. We got the other box done. We are continuing on. Someone is saying milk. Oh, I hate it. I hate the idea that it's like
bubblegum milk.
bubblegum milk. I hate it. That
It's
sounds awful.
But then they also have like things like pea milk. Like it's a thing that milk would do. They'd be like, "This is for children." No, wait.
That sounds
Our
so on
audience
brand for
is
milk.
It does. Our audience is old ladies, but they're like, "We have bubblegum milk to remind you when you could chew gum."
That is fair. All right. So, all right, chat, you're going to get to vote between 1 and 2. Number 1 will be that it is coconut infused bubblegum juice box, and number 2 is that it will be a bubblegum juice box that is infused with milk. Let us know which of those two. It's not strawberry milk. No, 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 no. It is bubblegum juice box infused with milk. It is not bubblegum milk. It is it is a juice box of bubblegum that has milk in it. So let me know 1 or 2. So 1 would be coconut and 2 would be milk. Oh, we're already getting into shading? We're just jumping right in?
You said I only have a limited amount of time.
You do.
left.
I like wasn't ready, but I'm ready. Oh gosh, the Frito-Lay limited edition bubblegum chips. I hate it. I hate it.
But okay, here's the thing about trying chips that you hate. You want to experience it. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like those Harry Potter jelly beans that you're like, this one tastes like boogers, and you're like, I mean, I'm not gonna eat it.
you're like, I'm gonna try this.
I have to.
And
Yeah. And
I
then eat it, and you're
mean,
like, it tastes like boogers, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I just said. You're like, what the heck?
like I liked let's see, Jelly Bellies, what was it? I definitely liked, let's see, I'm gonna have the lighting come from this side.
Watermelon, buttered popcorn,
Yes, I
tutti
like butter
frutti.
popcorn.
Yes. All right. So everyone's saying that it's milk, so it will be infused with milk.
They hate us, Andrew. They
That's
really,
gross. I
really
was saying,
hate us.
but it does. So we do have those drippies, and so I wonder if we make those drippies into like a splash. That like on the cover somehow we have like some kind of like pouring of like white milk, and then the drippies become like a splash that's going out, and then maybe there's like a little piece of bubble gum like sitting in the splash. Right? Does that make sense?
I think I think I know. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right? It like feels like it could be an idea.
Okay, wait. All right, let's see. Is this a juice box that has? Is this the front of the juice box?
Yes.
Is it an open juice box?
No, I think it's more of like the juice box than like a milk carton. So I think that this is like the right juice
No,
box.
what I'm saying, like, what am I doing with the straw?
Oh.
Is this
Let's-
this open?
Let's put the straw on afterwards. So let's do the illustration on the cover and then put the straw like on top in like clear plastic, like it's like stuck on there. And yes, Johnny Niddle says this is definitely AARP approved. I agree. It is.
Yes.
It is very much good for your bones. Not as good as actual milk would be, but just as good as
I mean,
juice with milk
milk's
would
not
be.
that good for you anyway.
Oh.
I mean, it's not.
It's I don't like milk. 0%. It just tastes like I don't know, like wet.
If you think about it, like if you really think about it, you're like, I'm drinking a cow's something.
It feels like it feels like it is somehow like wet water. I know that's like the weirdest way to say it, but it like tastes like it's water, but like somehow wetter, and I don't like that. Like I want the middle level of like how much the wetness of water should be. I want that, and it feels like milk is too wet.
Okay, let's see. What is something? So milk tea completely messes with my head. Like it.
Is that like with boba?
Yes.
Oh, I can't do
It,
boba.
I can't do it. It messes with my brain. I don't understand it. I've tried. I have tried so hard. Okay, it looks pretty decent. Gotta do.
All right, so let's do, I think the key elements that we want to get done, at least today, are the straw, some kind of front illustration that includes milk and a bubble gum, and then we'll probably toss a sticker on it.
All right, let's see.
Again, okay, so if any of you are in my streams that see whether it's my daily creative challenges, the nighttime streams, or this show, or even office hours, I need somebody to keep a tally of the amount of times that I get the hiccups on camera, because I never get the hiccups any other time until my camera is on, and then my body's just like, we're gonna hiccup now.
I think your body's like fighting against you.
It's true. It's like, turn that camera back off. It's too hot in here under these lights, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's fair. What are we doing now?
Well, I gotta make a piece of bubble gum.
Nice.
Oh, I could have made a bubble. Dang it.
Oh no, this is much better. This is actually how I want my bubble gum. So I don't want bubble gum that's like the flat strip, and I don't want like the circular one because it gets too stuck in your teeth. I feel like the rectangle, like the block of bubble gum, is the perfect amount of bubble gum for me.
Let's see, because I have my perspective way off than I normally would. See if I can try to clean it up some.
Welcome to Design in the Dark, where it's close enough.
Well,
The mantra of the show is, yeah, sure. What are you doing here with these lines? What are you trying to do for perspective?
so with perspective, I'm trying to build out like my horizontal lines. I'm just trying to eye it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be close enough where it's believable that it feels like 3D.
Yep.
So I've adjusted it a little bit more. It's not all the way there, but it's a little bit closer than what I had it earlier.
Yes.
So it's a quick trick. It's usually what you, let's see, what's a good example? Sorry, I stopped drawing for a second. That would
It
be
happens.
bad.
That is the hardest part of the show, is to keep talking as well as drawing, which is why I talk so much on this show.
So if you've ever seen product sketches, you'll see those lines.
Yes. Yep. Or even the almost like facial construction lines that you see in like character sketches, that they'll do it to show where the face is pointing. Same idea, but with objects, I guess.
Yes.
Oh yes, Bradley, good observation. Cows are known for chewing, so this maybe is a perfect product for that. What if this is actually a juice box for cows? That it is. Oh no, we've already said that it's for the 60+ community, so it can't be for cows. Unless it's for
60+ cows?
Yes, unless it's for old cows.
How old do cows get? I hope they live. I love cows just because I want them to live wonderful, wonderful lives.
Yes, this is my job as the producer of this show, is to look up useless information like this and share it with chat. Chat, in case you're wondering, cows live for an average of 19 years. So about 19 years are as old as cows get, right into their angsty teenage years. All right, we got a time check. We have about 10 minutes.
Ooh, okay.
I know. So it's going to be a push. It's definitely going to be a push to the end here. In chat, I'm going to update our brief because I think that I need one or two more words for you. Let's go ahead and update this. So infused with milk, gross. The juice box.
I'm gonna just have to mix stuff up at this point.
That's it. That's what we need to do, is like, you get down to the wire and you just start throwing stuff. Yes, and Ariana, it does go by so fast.
I feel like even when I was working on these versions last night, I was like, I'm just taking my time.
Yes. All right, I have one final word for you, chat, that won't really affect our design, but will be fun to plug in. And here is the final word that I need to get from you. It is this. So we have the new bubblegum juice box called the Bubble Buddy. The juice box will be infused with milk, but the juice box is more than just a snack. Take one or give two to share with noun. What are we going to be sharing an extra, what are we going to share an extra box of Bubble Buddy with? Well, we'd like to share that with. It can be anything, any noun, proper noun, general noun, silly noun, extra noun. I
I
don't know
like
what
extra nouns.
I don't know. I just like was trying to figure out what other nouns there could be, and I'm like, whatever one doesn't fit into those categories is just like an extra noun. I love that drippies have made their way into everything.
I'm just like, all right, well, let's do it properly or decently.
Oh yeah, how do you do the drippies when you make them?
So I definitely, so what I'll do is if I'm creating some like a drip, I'll have like basic setup, but then instead of using the round tool here, I end up using my anchor points, and then I round it here.
Oh, nice.
And then I have to like play around with it.
Smart, and just use the rounding, kind of the sharp corners.
Yeah.
All right, some great suggestions are coming in. We have Larry David. We're gonna share it with Larry David. We've got.
Why do I
buddies.
feel like that's such appropriate? That's such an appropriate choice.
It does feel right. We're gonna share it with grandmas, a race car driver, your livestock. Let's go ahead and share it with. Let's share it with grandmas. I feel like grandmas are gonna love this because we are going for the 60+ community. Or share it with a grandma. I love that. So now we are going to continue to wrap up this design. And by wrap up, I mean like just keep working on it. And then we will read at the very end, come back to the entire prompt that you have all made and read it back and see the product that we've created. So is this drippy bubblegum or is this going to be drippy milk?
I have no idea anymore.
Okay, it's just drippy.
It's something.
It is a drip.
Yes.
Which I think is what like the kids call an outfit now.
A drip?
Yeah.
Please tell me this is true.
Yeah, chat, if anyone in here knows about that, this is what it's just.
If you know about culture.
Yeah, if you know about culture, if you are hip and cool and down with it, as they say, what's a drip? I think that it's an outfit, right? Like it's like your like style. Oh, it's like a splatter. Nice. This feels milky.
All right, we're gonna say it's milk, and we're gonna tilt it slightly. And
Yep.
Then
It's definitely like a splash of milk. Like we're not drinking it, like it's like hit and like exploded and there's milk splash.
I mean, old people would like that.
Yeah, oh totally. Paloma, yep. I think that hopefully that's a yep, that we know what we're talking about and that's an actual thing. Fresh. Okay, so it means like fresh. Okay, cool, sure.
All
The
right, if
bee's
this is
knees.
milk. The bee's knees. All right.
Yep.
Let's have milk, random thing.
Oh, smart. So like maybe the bubblegum goes in the middle there, and then it's like.
At this point,
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to just lay it on there without doing perspective properly.
Yep. Okay,
I was
hold
like,
on. So that perspective totally works if that's where we put the straw. Like we put the straw like through the bubble gum. So you have to like pull the straw out of the bubble gum. Like it's like the gum is just attached to the front and then the straw is just like stuck through.
All right, here
Yes.
is our straw here. It's
Yep, and that sticks through. We got about 5 minutes. And yes, your drip means that you are fresh and swaggy. Love it.
I don't think I have drip.
I
I
think
think I can pull it off, but I don't think I have it innately.
that's true. My drip today is sponsored by Chomp brand. Oh, here, let's go to this screen. see if
Wait,
I can show it.
isn't that what most of you
Yes.
most of it is?
Oh, I wear Chomp so much on stream. If you guys don't follow, go follow Chomp brand. It's Josh Arisa. It's his t-shirt brand. I literally have like 3 Chomp brand shirts near me. This one is called Jesus Take the Wheel, and it's Jesus in a Lamborghini.
I think that's perfect, and that means Jesus stole a car.
There we go. Yes, he gets inspired by headlines from news stories that happen in Florida, and then illustrates them into things.
I think that's kind of perfect.
Oh,
Oh, no,
this
not
is-
like my straw thing. I
This
mean,
is totally working out.
Let's see.
Yes, I think this is totally working out. And then we have about 10 minutes, so that's just enough time to like button up and then maybe toss on the Bubble Buddy name, and then we will have done it.
as best as we could.
We got like we didn't not do it. It's like this is totally like we did it for this show. One of these times I need to be the guest on this show and just see what it's like to like
I can switch with you. Like
feel
we can
the
do it
pain.
we can do it right now. Like you got 10 minutes.
Oh no.
All right, let's see if we can. I'm gonna have to like redraw this later. Well, hopefully just the juice box and not this.
Are you doing the shading on the straw now?
I'm trying to do a little bit of it, yes.
Nice.
Got my little line. This is not how a straw looks.
Oh yeah. I did it. I had the yawn. It's funny because there are certain songs that are in my playlist that are like, yeah, this is super fun. And then there are times that like, especially near the end of the stream, it like mellows out. And I'm like, it is 3:15 in the afternoon. I've got that Chick-fil-A just like percolating in my body and it's starting to shut down. I know that a lot of you probably, if you're in the Pacific time zone, this is like the afternoon crash time. So thanks for being with us. But I also know a lot of you are in India and over in other time zones as well.
Thank you for having nap time with us.
Right? Yeah. Thank you for nap time. You know what? I'm going to skip this song. How about that? Jirotima, I believe you're in India, I think. Where's everybody watching from? All right, this song's a little dull as well. Is that where the Happy Impulse sticker is going to go in that corner?
I have no idea. I'm just like...
Yeah, maybe where the Bubble Buddy is, where the watermelon is, turns into the Bubble Buddy. Like just the title. Michigan, it is dinner time. Sam Peterson is in LA. I'm close to LA-ish. Jiratima, it's 3:45 a.m. here. Go to sleep.
I love you.
Like, thank you for watching.
Hit me up.
I do appreciate it. Yeah, I do appreciate it, but also go to sleep. Jiratima is in most of the streams I do, is hanging out at Canceled Con, all over the place. So thanks for tuning in, Jiratima. That's awesome. The Bubble Buddy.
Where is my character window? Why?
Command T is the hotkey for that in the future.
Well, I already failed, so it's fine.
It's over now. All right, we got Pittsburgh in the house. Julia, nice. Little Michigan. My parents are from Michigan. Bubble Buddy.
Oh, okay. Got a quick idea. Hopefully it works. All right, guys, I'm going to show you something useful during this stream.
Teach me.
Okay, so we're actually going to create a little bubble.
Oh, that's so nice. Jiratima said, I normally watch Design in the Dark on replay, but I stayed up because I love watching Roberta's illustration style. Look at that. Oh, he loves you. Oh, so sweet.
How's my bubble looking?
This is looking great. Oh, that's very bubbly.
And we're gonna add a little line here, and we gotta add some darkness. The best thing about the whole illustration was this one bubble that you spent 20 minutes on.
Right.
At the end.
Oh, this is a good bubble. That's a really good bubble. And your like shading is so precise to like, here's this. Like, I understand the 3 dimensions of it for sure.
And so, all right. You probably already know this, Andrew, but when you're doing a shadow, it's good if you leave like a little bit of the lightest area underneath it.
Why?
It gives it that, if you look at a shadow, at the very corner of the shadow, it's like the lightest part as well.
That's true.
Because that's the only way you can differentiate between the shadow and then the object.
Huh.
So if you're doing the shadow on an object,
I would
have a little bit of lighting here.
Yeah, I would have not ever done that. And so, yeah, I did not know that, and I would have never done that. I always just put it like right to where it is. Yeah, oh, totally. It's almost like having the backlight to where like you have a little bit of that ring light.
Mm-hmm. It's just that little itty bitty piece. I could
Yep.
have just drawn bubbles for this whole hour. That would have been great.
And I love the amount of complexity in the shading. It's just so crazy to me that it's like, oh, I would literally draw a circle and be like, it's a bubble. And so seeing like all these little details is so transfixing to me that I'm like, what? How are you freaking making it look like it's like wet and bubbly?
Okay, I think I have that too bright.
Chat says that right there's a cute bubble. Agreed.
Yes. See, like, look, you come back, you're like, oh, bubble. The coolest thing.
The great thing is that we have a bubble so that we can technically put a bunch of bubbles. Like, right? All we're going to do is like resize them and be like, look at all these bubbles.
Even though I definitely didn't follow my lighting pattern now, I'm like,
nobody cares. That's it. See, oh, look at it. It's turning into a thing. Yay, bubbles. Baba.
Different sizes. If I was doing this properly, you'd have like 3 or 4 different individual bubbles, so it would feel more realistic.
Well, that's very much.
You'd have like different angle. Okay, where is this thing?
Yeah, that's very much a great workaround. If you're ever working on something with similar objects, just go ahead and reuse it and tilt it, change it, shift an edge, make it look a little bit different, and it will look like you've just created everything from scratch.
See, I definitely have a little bit more angles with mine.
But
it's just small changes. It's like small, like moving the light a little bit, making this a little bit smaller. And when you're doing things like this, you also do want to have your stroke a little bit smaller as well. And like maybe even this, I don't need the dot.
Yeah.
Because that helps give it a little bit more perspective.
Paloma says she absolutely loves this, so great. Thanks for tuning in. This is, hopefully you all had fun, are having fun. We have like 3 minutes left, so this is me starting to land the plane.
This is you saying goodbye.
Not quite yet, not quite. We're just starting to we're starting our, oh, that's what I should do. That's what we'll do. Ding. Hey everybody in the cockpit, we are going to go ahead and start a descent down into the next show that's going to be happening here on Adobe Live. So if you could just fasten your seatbelts and sit back and enjoy the ride. There we go. That was me being a pilot for all of you.
I think that was wonderful, and please record that and use it more often.
Yes, I definitely. So with Logan Farber, who's an amazing illustrator, we did a stream once, and we did an ASMR design stream, and it's my favorite thing we've ever done. We basically just took our mics and put them right on our keyboards, and it was just like the clicking of our fingers and like the clicking of the mouse, like the entire stream, and it made me so happy.
Like, hey guys, thank you for joining during this podcast.
Yep.
We've made Bubble Daddy. We've got some bubbles in a daddy and some bubble gum.
Yep.
Please enjoy milk with your grandmother now with this chewable gum.
That is the weirdest sentence. Please enjoy the milk with your grandmother with this chewable gum. I'm like, wait, what? What do we have?
I tried.
No. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. Can we also we have 1 minute left. Can we put on there now with milk, just like we did with the Pop Rocks?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna grab it from the Pop Rocks.
And a question from Gottfried for you: do you have a master file where you keep bubbles, drips, that kind of stuff? Do you just keep that stuff anywhere in a file?
So can I tell you? Because I'm a bad designer with it.
Oh, absolutely.
So what I have is I have misnamed several Illustrator files where I have maybe 20 illustrations I'm working on at the same time. If Andrew will let me, I will show an example.
Oh, absolutely. Well, if you can do it in probably 35 seconds.
All right, let's see.
And while you look that up, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We have next week off. We'll be back in 2 weeks with our friend Jen Piatowski for this show. We're moving to a bi-weekly, so we'll be back 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that with our friend Jordan Ayatt. So make sure you stick around for that. I believe there's an Australia stream. If anyone knows if there is an Australia stream, Flynn, Tracy, anyone that's in chat, let me know if Australia is streaming after this, and we'll throw everybody to there. But stick around and see if there is another stream. If not, raid the person who is coming on right after us. All right, what do we got?
So, see, I'm a bad person because I have sometimes several of my illustrations all in one file that work in progress.
I'm so stressed.
I know, I'm so bad. But
You got to do what you got to do, though. I have so many artboards that are just pure insanity. All right. That needs to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Happy Impulse, for joining us these last 2 days. This was an absolute blast. We loved having you here. Hopefully you had fun as well. And for everyone watching, go follow along on Instagram, just Happy Impulse on Instagram. Go leave a yellow heart on the latest post and let us know that you're coming from Adobe Live. So we will see you all next time. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll literally see you guys for the rest of my life, but I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
bye.